Top 1 ladies, my name is Hez, and welcome to the What If, or should I say custom cards. I keep saying what if because, yeah. So this is going to be the custom card review of Scary Souls. So the Scary Souls is like if movie monsters, like Stranger Things or Saw and were transformed into Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So that's only top of my head is. Okay. So the first card, there's only 2 cards currently. I will probably do an updated video of this, but now it's just 2 cards. So this one is based on Gorgon, the these guys right here. So this is Scary Souls, the Gorgon. He's a dark level 4 beast effect monster with 1,500 attack and 300 defense. And his attack, his effect is if this card is normal summon or special summon, you can select 1 card on your opponent's shield, send it to the graveyard, and this card can attack all monsters on the field or on your opponent's shield. And if this card inflicts damage to your opponent's life points, quick effect, you can shovel 1 card from your hand or graveyard into the deck. Special summon a copy of this card, so basically it means it brings out another copy of it, like how some Gorgons sometimes summon or basically brings out each other's. And I know that wouldn't happen in the TV show, but because of it's like aliens kind. And so if it does, then this card attacks again. And this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by your opponent's card effects. You can only use its effects for once per turn. So, yeah. So if it's normal summon or special summon, so it can be brought out by another card that will be there shortly. But it attacks all monsters is basically how the Gorgon, whatever its name, these guys could sense like something in the people. So I decided to turn it into like an actual like effect of it. And plus it brings out another copy of itself. Is basically like how the aliens do things. So now we're moving on to the Scary Souls, the Mask. It's dark, level 4, zombie flip effect monster. Once it flips, you can select 1 Scary Souls monster from your deck or graveyard or hand. Except this card, special summon it to your field in attack mode. This card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. Next, and once per turn, you can roll the dice and activate 1 of these following effects for once per turn. 1 or 2, destroy all card or all monsters on the field to the graveyard. Number 3 or 4, negate all cards effects from your opponent's opponent until the end of your third turn. And 5 or 6, both players gain 8,000 life points. And re-roll the dice. So what it means is basically if you got to 6, then in 3 times, you basically, if you activated a trap card, that like bad reaction to Samachi thing, then your opponent would end up losing the duel instead. So then, but I just threw this effect in because it says if a duelist loses the duel or leaves the duel, must forfeit their soul to the winner of the duel. You can only use this effect for once per turn. So, yeah. So, its first effect is basically brings out this card. Then its effect goes off, basically. Yeah. And currently. So, normally I do, like, I don't job with 2 cards. I usually make, like, or adding 2 more, or 3, depends on how much time. So, I will choose, depends on how much, okay, wow, I have a lot of time, so, yeah. So, I choose the Soul of the Judgment Chooser, or Choosers, or Choices. It's an Earth, level 4, Fairy Tuner effect monster with 1,000 attack or 1,500 attack and defense is 120. So basically, you can see it. Its effect is basically, if it's normal summon or special summon, you can toss a coin and activate one of these following effects for once per turn. Both players draws 2 cards from the top of their decks to their hand. They also gain 2,000 life points. Tails. Both players must mill 4 cards from the top of their deck to the graveyard. And also, both players lose 4,000 life points. If this card is sent to the graveyard, or banished, quick effect, you can shovel this card into the deck, special summon 1 Soul of the Judgment monster from your hand or deck to the field in attack mode. So, and accept this card, so yes. So the next card I'll pick would be the Alacalcos. And this one is Dark level 4 Fairy Effect monster. If your opponent activates a Seal of Alacalcos, you can discard this card from your hand. Negate the effects of that Seal of Alacalcos. If you do banish it, then, or if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card into your banish zone and draw 4 cards from the top of your deck. So yeah, I really want to see, this is what I really want to see who it would win. I'll make a poll after this video comes out. I'll make a poll, and it will, like, vote who would win between Florentine Yu-Gi-Oh! Versus the Dual Logs. Who would win? And I'll let you guys choose who would win. Place your bets in. And, yeah. So, yeah. And the Dual Logs, if you're watching this time, and I know this is always going to be a question, how's your throat doing? But now, with that out of the way, now let's choose a monster that got me one soul. Oh. The Sea Lord. She's a water, level 12, spellcaster effect monster. This card cannot be normal summon or set. Must be special summoned by banishing all cards from both players' graveyards to their banish zone. This card gains 500 attack and defense for each banished card from both players' banish zones. Once per turn during your draw phase, you can select 2 cards from your deck or banish zone to your hand instead of the normal draw phase. So then it inflicts 500 damage to your opponent's side points. And this card can attack your opponent's side points directly. And you take no damage evolving this card. And if this card if the duelist who loses the duel or who leaves the duel while this card is on your field, must forfeit their souls to the winner. So, yeah. And if you guys want me to duel the Florentine Yu-Gi-Oh! Or the Dual Logs in a custom duel challenge, because I think they're down for it if I ask them nicely. So, yeah. And reason why I put her most broken anime card effect, or should I say a different card's effects on hers that I took and put on her, is because of Seal of Alcalcos' anime effect, where if a player loses the duel, they lose their soul. So, but because sometimes there's duelists that want to, or actually leaves because every time I duel, it's like, every time I bring some card out that's broken or something, they just like, nope, I'm out, leave. They just logged off. But then, yeah. So I added that effect of the who leaves the duel while this card is on the field. It has to be on the field, so yeah. So like, I used her effect on a card that's like duelist duelist with eyes of blue is a dark level 1 beast warrior spirit tuner normal monster, and its effect is basically, or its flavor text is, their last words were, anyway, not feeling like unbalanced cards today. Log off. Attack 0, defense 0, and yeah. Yeah, so she got me my first soul. Oh, and yeah. How long has it been? Let's see. Okay. So, because whoever this duelist was, I have now your soul in my possession. So, now we're gonna do this final card. So, it's called Eye of Truth. So its effect is basically, it helps the archetype getting better at like bringing cards back from the graveyard or banishment into the deck, and looking into your opponent's hand or their deck and banishing 2 cards from it. And then both players draw 3 cards. So that makes... So basically, it's referencing in its effect. So basically, like bringing the card back and sending 2 and then drawing 3. So if you guys want me to do if you want to give me some custom ideas for my Scary Souls archetype, like think of a horror movie monster, and I'll bring it to life, or I'll bring it into Yu-Gi-Oh! Some way or form, like how I did with Gorgon and the mask. Because the mask is it's supposed to be like, there's 2 things. Things it represents. There's one that's called the mask, the cartoon, or the comics, should I say, that green mask one. If it went supernova thing. And then there's there's a lot of monsters that I really want to create for this Scary Souls. Like, there is a lot of scary monsters, like the vampires for like archetype, and Exodia is like a walking zombie that is sealed by magic, and stuff like that. Then, so if you guys want me to do another archetype theme, or because after this video comes out, then I will do, or after this video, I will go do that, and I'm also gonna watch a What If season that it's not owned by Marvel's, but it was like the What If YouTubers rumors. So if you guys want me to do any more of like scary or cool characters that from movies that would be transferred into Yu-Gi-Oh, let me know in the comments below. And when you're down there, tell me what if do you want to see? I'm thinking about doing what I said in that other video, or or do like custom crazy town named what if, stuff like that. So yeah, and have a good night or day, depending on the time zones. And yeah, plus you could see it in the top left or top right corner, 11:31. So if you guys want me to do that, a crazy, like, I am not gonna add a kaiju into this archetype, so like Godzilla thing, but I could make a scary version of it. So yeah, but I will add some cards that are like Blue Eyes White Dragon and turn it scary version, and like make it scary themed. So yeah, if you guys, that's what I want from you guys, is because I know there's one card that I will make after this video comes out. I'll give you a hint, or I'll just sing it. Dun 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 dun. It's a Jurassic Park theme. Here, let me type this up for you so you can. Jurassic Park theme. Or like Jurassic World. Home. Into it. So have a good night or day, depending on the time zones, and I already picked what dinosaur will be for this scary archetype. So peace out.